So today we're heading out and trying to find some cloudberries in the rain here on the bogs, which are up there, through there, and up towards the mountain there. I went out there a few days ago and there was a few bogs that had cloudberries on them, and they seemed like some of them were ripe. Hopefully more of them are ripe now. It's kind of sad that it just started raining, but I'm gonna bring my Gopro, I think, because I don't think this camera is gonna be too great in the rain if it's gonna rain more and more. But yeah, I think we're gonna find some. They're called hjortron in Swedish, which is the best berry in the world. So let's see what we find. Come on. So we started walking here into the bogs and walking straight towards the mountain, which you're gonna see probably up there behind the fog and everything. You can't really see it well now, but it's our closest mountain here. And if you see towards it, there's a few bogs, and there's like areas with some woods like this, and between are bogs. I think they're called bogs in English, and they can be quite wet, and some places you should not step because you can kind of, I don't think you're gonna sink down all of you, like entire body, but you can go through pretty far and get stuck and lose a shoe and get in not so good situation. So you should step on the right places, which, you know, I know where to step, so it's fine. And these are not dangerous marshes, bogs. I think marshes or bogs, I don't know actually which word it is, but in Swedish it's myr. And you can also see here there's some, I don't know if you can see, but there's some trails, kind of like animal trails. So I think there's deer here, there's reindeer sometimes, and of course foxes. And I also saw a wolverine one evening just running across the road. So yeah, there's some, oh, and there's also moose here. There's a hunting tower up there where they shoot moose from. So wait, what are you doing, guy? This is my berry hunting friend. He's not very good at berry hunting, so let's go. Hello, come now. Oh, I do use a leash because he is really crazy about wild animals, and is also to follow the law. Hello, come hit. Jaha. And he's going pooping, so let him do that. Go poop, little guy. Okay, let's not look. Anyways, you can see the mountains up there, or the mountain. It's one mountain, and yeah, it's very possible to just go up there for the day to the top, but I've never done it on this one. I've done it on several other ones obviously here, but yeah. So these are the kind of bogs I'm talking about, but this one is very dry. There's more, a little bit wetter ones up there, where also there are more cloudberries. So we're just gonna walk across here and walk pretty much straight up towards the mountain. So we have a first sign. That's a cloudberry. Yeah, I actually know there's plenty of cloudberries up here, but let's see where they are. Kind of don't want to look at Google Maps. I did mark down where I found them, but want to explore some. And I'll show you what it shows like, or what it looks like when they are all ripe. So this is a ripe cloudberry here. It's more golden, and it's kind of, the petals are open around it, as opposed to this one. You can see it's all shut, and it's all hard and not ripe. So yeah, we're starting to find a few more here, so but I know we need to walk a bit before we can find the feel of them, so let's go for it. So I found a good place to for an example of some, I guess, what would you call it, bog knowledge, I suppose. And bear in mind, I'm not the most knowledgeable person on this kind of stuff, but I know enough to be smart when out walking on marshes and bogs like this, at least the ones we have here. So I'm not saying they're super dangerous, but you shouldn't be stupid and take any chances, right? So when you have an area like this, I don't know how well you can see it on the GoPro, but you can pretty much see, right, that there's these way more wet holes. So these ones, they're super wet, and around them is like the area of more yellowish ground, which is way more wet, and you can go way further down, right? And you can get kind of stuck. And I know this from running across these bogs. I did some time when I was a little bit younger. I was a little bit stupid, and I did just go through right to my, not hip, but like up on my thigh, and it's quite easy to do. You wouldn't think of it, but this ground like this, you can see I just go down like my foot here and get a little bit stuck and wet. Well, not wet because my shoes are Gore-Tex and stuff, but yeah, you could also just step on ground like this and go through above your knee, right? So don't do it, and be smart, and also always try to always be smart and step on these kind of things, right, that stick up. It's like mounds all over the place here. So this is a mound here, you have like a mound over here, right? This is kind of firm, you won't go through here. These ones, all good, not got wet. But you see here you get wet, and when it's darker like this, you could step through to your knee or such. So always like jump across on these mounds, right? So that's just good advice when out picking cloudberries in Sweden on a bog, I suppose. I guess it could apply to similar areas in other places of the world. So yeah, be smart out there. Now let's try to find some more cloudberries. Yeah, let's go. Let's go, Halle! See, here is one of those water holes here that you shouldn't walk in. I mean, it seems obvious, but maybe to some people it's not, so it's better to be clear. Let's keep going. So it stopped raining, and I'm happy for that, because I can use my real camera, or not real camera, but my new camera. And yeah, the weather switches very fast here in these areas. So it's like you go out, starts raining, and suddenly it just stops raining, and then starts raining again, and whatever. So you always need to have like rain clothes with you that you can pull over if it starts raining, or just go out with them on. And he's bored with me, so he found a twig to gnaw on. But we're actually keeping going here because we're starting to find more cloudberries here, so we're gonna find a field that we can pick some from, because that's why we're here, right? For the walk, but also to find those cloudberries. So let's go. That's an animal trail going here that you can probably see he's following now. And I think there's anything from like moose to reindeer sometimes. I've seen a white reindeer here a few days in a row. There's out grazing on a bog over there. And there's also, I saw a wolverine one night, and what do you call them? Roebucks. They were running over the road when we were driving late. So, oh, and some fox, what do you call them? Fox pups, you know, small siblings. They're hanging around across the road from a little while from my cabin there. So there's plenty of animal life here, and you have these trails going across the bog. that I know they hunt moose here also, because I saw what do you call it, hunting tower where they sit, you know. And the way we hunt moose usually in Sweden is they let loose a few dogs, one dog or a few dogs, and they run around a pretty big area of land and drive moose through that area. And they beforehand they pick out certain spots that are good, like to sit and wait for the moose to come, and the dogs drive them across, so you can get a good opportunity to shoot. Or the dogs also sometimes do what they call a ståndskall, which is the dogs can, well, I think it is like the moose actually gets a bit tired of the dog, and after a while it kind of like gets sick of it and turns around and like, oh come on, and then the dog is kind of like just standing its ground and barking, and then the moose is a bit, you know, doesn't really know what to do and just stand still or walk slowly, and that's also an opportunity to shoot the moose in a safe way. So that's usually how people hunt moose in Sweden. But now we're hunting for cloudberries, so we're gonna keep going here and see if we can find some. Yeah, so we walked a little bit further and we started finding some cloudberry right now, so I'm gonna show you them here. These are quite ripe, like almost too ripe, so these are just good to pick right now. See them here? It's all, when they're all golden colored like that, it's perfect to pick, and they're completely ripe. So that's why they're also called like the gold, I think translated would be like gold of the north. This guy is not serious. He's not serious about our berry picking at all, as you can see. Yeah. Anyways, we don't all have to be serious, right? I'm gonna maybe put up the camera and go and pick some of these. So let's go. So yeah, it's lots of work for not that much reward, but the reward is very nice, so you keep going anyways. And then we're gonna take a walk anyway, so it's fun to try to combine it with some, you know, something good to eat. So this is kind of a delicacy, it's not something you eat all the time, and it's quite expensive to buy. So I'm gonna try to move to another bog where there's hopefully more berries, because here they are pretty spread out, so it takes a while to just pick one at a time, two at a time. So we're gonna head on, keep moving, see if we can find some more dense areas, I think. Let's go. So we're heading up to another bog up here. Let's see if we can find more of them. Come in, Alle. We're gonna move here through the next bog. I'm going to show you here some really beautiful ones. So I'm gonna show you exactly the ones you really want to find. So I found an area here. It's kind of a forest area, but many of these are not ripe enough yet. But I'm gonna show you how nice they look when they are really big and nice. And this one is like, it can be a little bit more ripe, but it's perfect still. It's so beautiful, right? So that's the thing you want to find. Yeah, so we found a field here That's has plenty of them on them, plenty of cloudberries here, so we're gonna head out and try to pick some if he doesn't push over the camera stand here. So let's go and see what we found. What we find, I mean, not found. Alle, kom! So it started raining and my camera battery died, but we did pick some berries up on this bog. You can see it's not a huge harvest, but it's quite nice anyway. So the thing is, a lot of them are very small here, and they're also not ripe. So there's a lot of them will come back here like in a few days or a week. Because I don't really need a lot of them. I just, you know, it's to have like with waffles and stuff as a delicacy. So we're gonna head over and check out another bog and then head home, I think, because we've been out for a while, and I did bring enough clothes, but it's still cold on your hands and stuff. It's July, but it's like 8 degrees Celsius. So in Sweden, in the mountains, it can be quite cold even now. So yeah, as you can see, this guy is ready to go. He's a bit bored. He thinks I'm boring, but he can think that. He doesn't really have a choice today, so let's go. Yeah, so we're having some camera issues here, so I'm down to my mobile phone right now. I'm gonna try to splice this together. My GoPro just kind of died somehow, and my other phone just, it got too wet and rainy, and the battery is drained. So if we can find some more cloudberries before we walk on home. But I think we're gonna go towards home now. We've gone through like 2 or 3 bogs and picked some, you know, to make a little bit of jam. So gonna head back towards the cabin here, and I'll check if I see something on the way. So you can see those streams here. These are the small streams up here. In these mountain areas of Sweden, it's pretty much completely okay to drink water from these streams. And right now I don't need to drink, but it's good to know if you're walking around there that you could just bend over and drink this water. I've done it all my life and it's always been completely fine. The only thing that could be bad, if there's a lot of beavers around these streams where they make you know, their nest or whatever you call it, and they could be shitting in it and stuff like that, so that wouldn't be good to drink the water then. But this year I haven't seen any beaver nests in the streams here, so I think hopefully they're hunting the beavers more now than before, because it used to be a bit bad a few years ago. I did see a beaver out on the river, but I haven't seen any here or any nests here, so I'm quite happy about that. So I think we're gonna head back over these bogs. I'm gonna show you. So this is how it looks all over here. It's like one of these, and then some woods, and then one of these, and so forth. So yeah, but we kind of got what we came for, so I'm walking towards home now. Anyway, it's a nice outing, you know. It's always good to have something like that just, you know, you have a normal walk, and then also you can bring back some, you know, a little delicacy. So I like that. It's nice. Oh, another thing I found on the way out, I just put it by the cabin. It was a reindeer horn I found just lying around here, and they're actually okay to take if they're just on the ground like this. So I picked it and I got it back home, so I'm going to show you it when we go back to the cabin. Anyways, we're moving. He's going crazy. Kom igen Dalle! Gitta då! Sometimes he gets like he just passes out and wants to run circles right now. Ja då, kom igen då! Kom då! He thinks it's a lot of fun anyways. And don't know what to do for my next video, but we're up and running here around these parts a lot. I'm also going to do something in the cabin, I think. Halde, inte där! Kom hit! I have some ideas though, so I'm going to do something fun and just some random videos, but also something more planned. Here. So I am going to show the cabin and the surrounding area to the cabin, if that's interesting to anyone. Otherwise, I'm just doing this for fun, and it gives me more motivation to get out and do things around here and explore if I'm also videotaping and showing and talking about the area, which I really like to do. So anyways, in the meanwhile, have fun, and I'll see you in the next video. Yeah, so anyways, I said I was going to show the reindeer horn we found, so I can't really... It's a big horn, see? I'm going to put it on the ground here and you can see it. It's quite nice and white, so... I haven't really figured out what to do with it yet, but I'm sure it's going to fit in the cabin somehow, so that's going to be a separate project to do something fun with, right? Don't know. If you have an idea, then let me know, okay? Otherwise, I'm going to have some ideas of myself. Until next time.